Like I would rather, I've done a ciabatta loaf and we've used a Polish versus another loaf of bread, another batch that was not using a Polish, and I don't think it makes as much difference as what people say, but that's just my personal preference. And also, I try to encourage people to do recipes that fit into their lifestyle, and I will joke around and call myself a lazy cook, but if I want a recipe, I want it now. I don't like doing a lot of prep and organization to have it in 2 days, unless it needs to be easy to mix together and then I put it in the fridge, like a bread loaf. I don't like making a little bit of mixture, popping in the fridge, taking it out, and then putting the loaf together. That's what a Polish is, basically mixing flour and water and a bit of yeast, popping it in the fridge or putting it on the bench, and then adding the rest of the ingredients after. And it's just like way too much effort for me. I would rather mix it, pop it in the fridge all together, take it out, shape it, bake it. And I try and teach you guys an easier way, because if something's easy, you're more likely. It's just like fitness, it's just like any new hobby. If it is easy to start, then it is easy to be consistent and easy to continue with. And that's my ethos with food. It should be simple, delicious, and it's something that you can replicate easier. Okay, let's go into the pantry. All right, so in here we have Nigella seeds. So these they kind of look like black sesame seeds, but they're not. They're slightly different. I'll ask Google to give you a definition of them. If I was sesame seeds, where would I be? Ooh, pistachios, we need them for later. Where's my sesame seeds at? Oh my God, have we been making anything recently? These sesame seeds? It's probably here and I just can't see. I'm a bit short, so oh, there they are. Can't see over the shelf. Okay. Molly anticipating my question. Hey Google, what is a Nigella seed?
According to Wikipedia, Nigella sativa is an annual flowering plant in the family Ranunculaceae, native to Eastern Europe and Western Asia, but naturalized over a much wider area, including parts of Europe, Northern Africa, and east to Myanmar.
There you go. Hey Google, what does a Nigella seed taste like?
On the website smithsonianmag.com, they say, the seeds have a slightly bitter flavor and resemble cumin or oregano, depending on whom you ask. You want a little more context?
What are the health benefits of Nigella seeds? Washing my hands.
I found a list on the website healthline.com. 9 impressive health benefits of Kalonji, Nigella seeds. Here are the first 5. Packed with antioxidants. May lower cholesterol. Could have cancer-fighting properties. Can help kill off bacteria. And may alleviate inflammation. Want me to tell you more?
No. Kat just said my Google just answered, this is what an elephant sounds like. Nice. Okay. So, when dealing with like a wet, stickier dough like this, you want to wet your hands slightly. So, basically this is the dough. That's what it looks like. So I'm just stretching and folding because we're going to shape it. Like that. So stretching up. Oh, camera's a bit close. Like that. Take it out. This is half of the recipe. So this is 250 grams. I halved it because I knew we were going to make a full one today, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. The recipe makes two smaller Turkish breads or one really large one. Where is this? We're going to do one. One. Okay. I see it's a tacky dough. Yeah. So your hydration, we added, so when it comes to baker's terms, or baker's kind of calculations, the percentage is for the flour. What you do is you work out the compare the water to the flour. So we're using 500 grams of bread flour, and then we're using 380 grams of water. So if you double that to 1 kilo of flour, 380 times 2, 600, 760. So it's 76%. Am I right in saying that? So the percentage is worked out by comparing that to the amount of flour in there. So your stickier water percentage is based on the percentage of flour weight. Yeah. So we're talking about a higher hydration is anything really more than like 65 to 70% water in comparison to flour. So it's going to be more sticky, and it just handles a little bit different. And that when I'm hoping next year I'm going to start a bread course. I'm creating a bread course of like an introduction to bread, of some simple doughs, what happens, the science behind bread. I just love bread. I love that, taking something from a grain of wheat to then grinding that down, and then just the process of like fermentation, and I just love that. And I want to show you the intricacies of it, of making bread, what happens, so that you can understand and you can make bread in your own house, and it'd be super easy. I heard you were talking about tacky things, so I'm gonna make Jack stay chocolate. All right, so basically what I'm doing is I'm stretching and folding like this, and pull up, and just a really simple kneading process, just to bring it into a bowl, okay? So you'll notice I'm grabbing from one side and I'm pushing, because I'm trying to stretch this surface tension on the end, back end. Cool? And so that up, pinch, so it's nice and smooth, pull it towards myself like that. And it's just gonna be like that. If you try make Pandoro, you won't like bread. Oh yeah. You're just over bread now. Dreamweb, no longer having fun. Does it feel? I hope it doesn't feel like a chore. If you do, I'll make Jay take it with me. He's the one actually good at baking, and the science suits him. Yeah, it's gonna be a course, an introduction to simple breads, and then like sourdough and like high fermentation things. Let's see how it goes. That's such a good technique. A lone wolf, welcome back. Welcome in. We had another lone wolf, gamer or gaming. I remember. Okay, so from here, I gotta follow my own recipe so I know that I'm teaching you guys the right way. Shape it into a ball, cover the bowl and leave it for a stand for 45 minutes or until it doubles in size. Punch it down, and then we are going to shape it. Just thinking. It's a balancing act between adding stuff that destroys your gluten mesh, sugar, butter, and not overheating the dough. Okay, interesting. So I think I'll let this do a fermentation, like a proof at room temperature. Shape it into a bowl, let it sit there. I just use baking paper. You can use a silicone mat, or you can use a tray with flour at the bottom. The problem is, it's like ciabatta, if anyone ever heard of ciabatta. Basically, a ciabatta is very similar dough, just stickier, and you douse it in flour just so that it doesn't stick and it's coated in flour. But the problem is, if you've ever had a burger bun or a soft bun, then you have to dust all of the flour off, and it gets really messy, or you feel like you're biting into like raw flour. It's gross. So I just use baking paper usually. All right, so we pop that aside. We're gonna probably proof it for 15 minutes, then we'll see. So messy, right? Fab. And the mixture on top, we're gonna do sesame seeds, nigella seeds, some salt, and you could do pepper if you wanted to. But the main thing with Turkish bread is these two. You could even do garlic, like everything bagel seasoning. Okay. The smell of these nigella seeds, you'll smell and you'll know the smell. When you smell the nigella, you'll think of Turkish bread. It's kind of like synonymous with that deliciousness. Sesame seeds all over the bench. Gotta have grab some nutrition. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your community over. Hope you guys are both doing really well. I'll have to catch up with you and see what the news is. Have a great day. All right. Guys, if you haven't followed Fit for Purpose, go and do it. Go and check out the stream team. Oh, hold on, I need to sneeze. Oh. No, okay. Go follow Team Equality. Thank you, guys. Thanks, you mods. All right, a little bit of salt. And we'll set that aside. And that is gonna be your coating for the Turkish bread. Fab. Now, what are we gonna do next? Do you wanna do shortbread or do you wanna do pistachio cookies? No worries, thank you for being here, Cara. Thank you for your questions. Turkish bread? No, Turkish bread. Pistachio cookies or shortbread? What would you prefer? The pistachio cookies are really simple as well. The shortbread is basically 4 ingredients. It's so easy. It's a recipe that I've been testing for a while. I want it to be able to be kept and cooked in a tin, but then also be able to roll out and make shapes with. Nani Kid, welcome in. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. Shortbread seems like can do both. We will do both, but what do you want to do first? What do you want to do first? Oh no! I'm sorry. I told Exceed that his breakfast, the Turkish bread will be ready by 9. I was very confident and I failed. I thought it would be super easy. I forgot that I need to let it proof again. I'm sorry, Exceed. Sorry. Give me one moment. We'll just do it now. I said I was gonna shape it, but let's do it now. Okay. So I should have put some oil. There we go. So what we're doing is we want to let it rest, which we have. I'm going to put oil on today. Okay. God, my oil's bare. Ran out of oil, guys. Isn't that good? All right, so grab yourself a rolling pin. The guy in our Turkish, like our local Turkish shop that does the most amazing kebabs we had a few days ago, they have this like massive roller. It's like the old school ones where you hold the handles and you can roll it like that. We just got a basic one. And what you want to do, so we're going to stretch it out. Might use some of this garlic infused oil that we made on the last stream. Like that. You're basically just stretching it out to create a loaf. A little bit on here. So 500 grams of bread flour, half a teaspoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, and what else did I say? 380 grams of water. There we go. So like that. Fabulous. And then we're gonna get some egg wash. So we're gonna whisk an egg. It's gonna give you a nice brown texture. Oh, no, brown kind of like a brown topping. What am I saying? Never used egg wash in my life. What am I saying? It gives you, my God, what's going on with my head today? The purpose of egg wash is to give it a brown exterior, not brown texture, and it makes it slimmy glossy. And it acts as glue as well, so stretch it out a bit. It's gonna puff up and you wanna puff it out a little bit too. Hey Mouse, Swansea, nice. Okay, so egg wash like that. Not too much, you don't want it puddles. It would just be nicely spread over, okay? There we go. Similar to focaccia, yeah, but no like huge puddles of oil. That's the difference between this. Okay, and then grab this. Can't really see the sesame seeds at the moment, but you will see them when it's baked. Okay. And just a little bit more salt. Delicious. Delicious flatbread. So this makes one. The full recipe makes two. Mrs. Ruby. Hello guys, welcome in. Good eggs, get on in here. How you been? I'm just getting a cloth. Hello everyone. Hey, do you know I was just saying to Cad the other day that I miss Mrs. Ruby because different stream time now, and where I live, it's 9 a.m. We never come in contact. We're like ships passing in the night. Hello everyone, how was your stream? What did you guys get up to? Mrs. Ruby kicks us out of the kitchen. What's up here? We are just put some Turkish bread in the oven. We're about to make some pistachio cookies, some shortbread, and then we're making some bulgogi beef. How you doing? Guys, if you don't know the wonderful Mrs. Ruby, please go and check her out. She's phenomenal. Like I said, we haven't had the opportunity to see her or raid, or I haven't seen her stream in a while because the time zone change, the time zones and the change of schedules. But it's lovely. Thank you for thinking of us. Have you tried the CAD sleep plan? No, I don't want to take advice from CAD. Bulgogi, oh my God, I love that. Yeah, yep, we're going to be making some bulgogi beef, thinly sliced steak to make the bulgogi beef. And then we're going to be making some rice in our pressure cooker. So that's from our latest recipe cookbook called All In Together, Slow on Pressure. So it's a cookbook that does slow cooker and pressure cooker recipes. And the one we're using is called Rice Baby. and then we'll do kimchi and some pickled veggies on top. Then St. Lucia buns. Are they the ones the scroll? Am I thinking the St. Lucia buns are they're like the scroll, and they've got the two. Yeah, that's the wrong thing. So did a stream to help support a little kiddo who's raising funds to buy Christmas gifts for her family. Love. Oh, that's really sweet. I love. Katie does such an amazing thing for the community and always giving back. It's very inspiring. I am right. Yes. Okay. Pistachio cookies. I love pistachio. Me too. She is an awesome egg. All I know is Mrs. Ruby's keto friend has a lot of Christmas presents to buy. Oh, you got. Good on you guys for getting involved. Amazing. The initial goal was 85. How much did you guys raise? You guys are phenomenal. Bloody good eggs, I tell ya. 1,250. That's amazing, guys. You should be so proud. What an effort. Oh my goodness. The smile on that little kiddo's face and the love that they can spread with those gifts. That's awesome. Puzzle Don't Take. Hello. The scroll is Spotter. 2 eyes that were ripped out of St. Lucia's head. Don't worry, she's put them back in and she's okay. Good. Why were the eyes ripped out? I literally learned the St. Lucia story today. I made those buns maybe 2 or 3 years ago, inspired by Mrs. Ruby. She posted them, she made them on stream. I'd never made them because they're spiced, aren't they? They're like cardamom spiced or something. I remember I made them and they were really nice. I remember hearing the St. Lucia story as a child and it kind of freaked me out. There are some stories from like Bible stories and things that, it's like nursery rhymes. We're a kid, we hear them and you don't really think about them. Or when you think deeply and like actually like realize what the story said, it's like, oh, that's a bit creepy. For religious reasons, enough said. Okay, all right. Is Catholicism a big thing in Australia? I honestly don't know. We're a very multicultural country. We're like the melting pot of the world, really. All different religions from Christian, Anglican, Baptist, Catholicism, Muslim, Hindu, like around our area, it's very multicultural, which is fantastic. I think that I was listening to a podcast yesterday about how the good thing about humans, we want something to believe in, we want to be able to religion brings groups of people together, and we all have that similar ethics of that respect, usually respect for one another, and a shared kind of mindset, and I think it's a fantastic thing. You might not agree with someone else's intricacies of their religion, but a lot of religions have the same core value of bringing people together, loving on and one another, and sharing that respect. I think it's important. Okay, speaking of eyes being ripped out, did anyone watch Coraline? No idea what that is. Okay, let's get into the pistachio cookies. Let's do this. You're gonna need pistachios. They can be quite expensive, so if you can get them on sale, do that. If you want to spend a few hours deshelling them, that is more cost effective. So if you have a small child, get them to peel the pistachios, save you some money. These are unsalted. Okay. You're going to need some powdered sugar. So we're gonna go into the pantry. We're gonna need some powdered sugar, some plain flour, almond flour, pistachios, powdered sugar, eggs. So it's a gluten-free recipe. I need the plain flour for the shortbread. 2 eggs. Hello, can you hear me? Let's just say that my microphone got caught in a drawer. Sorry. We could hear you the whole time? What do you mean you could hear me the whole time? I unplugged it. No, but when yeah, you could hear me the whole time, but what? Oh, because of this. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I forget that this is a Wireless Go 2 and the actual transmitter is a microphone. It's got a built-in microphone, not just the cable. Not just not just the lapel mic. Yes. Oh my God, because not just the lapel mic. Not just the. I'm proud you didn't use any naughty words. Thank you. I just froze and I was like, oh my God, because Exceed's always told me never to plug the lapel mic into a transmitter because it makes your ears pop. It makes a really loud noise. So that's why I had to come around here. I was silent. I came around here, muted, plugged it in, and then unmuted because I was just, see, the things that I do for you. I'm looking out for your ears. So I didn't realize that you could hear me already. Okay, I just realized I forgot ground almond or almond flour. Do you know the difference between almond flour and almond meal? And also, you got to tell me what you've got planned for Christmas. It's the two things that I demand. I have misplaced. Who made stuff with almond meal recently? Me. Hey Google, add almond meal to my shopping list.
Sure, I added almond milk.
No, not almond milk, almond meal. Hey Google, add almond flour to my shopping list.
Sorry, I couldn't verify your voice, so I can't change any lists.
I'm the same
You can
person
either
that
try
speaks to you
again
every
or
single
verify
day.
your voice match settings in the Google Home app.
Hey Google, add ground almond flour to my shopping list.
All right, I added ground almond flour.
Thank you. All right, we'll move this out of your way.
I'm honored to serve.
Oh, sure you are. Meal is made from unpeeled almonds. Flour is from blanched ones. Yes, that is it. You can use them interchangeably. However, the blanched, the texture changes slightly. Almond flour compared to almond meal, the blanched ones, the pale, which I'm using today, gives you a lighter flour, kind of floury texture, whereas almond meal is a little bit denser and heavier, especially because of the peels. You can use them interchangeably, but you just need to know that one's heavier than the other. It's so annoying when Google does that. I know. Sometimes, so because we have the Google Home set up for my husband and I, when I speak to it, it has Jaden's voice. We call him Jaden. sorry, Jarvis's voice. And it's a man, whereas when Exceed talks to the Google Home, it's a female. It's very strange. But I can't, like, even if I talk over him or something, I'll always get an answer from a man AI, and he gets a female. It's weird. It's just the way that it's set up in his voice settings are different. Google says it wants a dessert. Creepy. Yeah. I have a Google Home set up, but recently got Alexa, and to be honest, I think Alexa is actually way worse. Really? Is it because Alexa doesn't have like a specific trigger word? Is that my understanding? You can say more things to Alexa and it triggers easier? Because sometimes it's really frustrating. It's hard to trigger the Google Home. All right, we're gonna need 200 grams of pistachio kernels. For this, if you don't have like pistachio flour, granulate, like ground down pistachios, this recipe is good to make in a food processor. Or if you have like a blender or food processor, you can do them individually. But I'm gonna use the food processor today because it's super easy. She doesn't have a trigger word, but it thinks her AI isn't, oh, nearly as good. Yeah, okay. Then we need 170 grams of powdered sugar, 160 to 170, depending on how sweet you like it. Icing sugar is what we refer to in Australia as soft icing sugar. So it means that it has a small amount of starch or corn flour in it to keep it soft and like a flour texture. Sugar, pure icing sugar, it's also referred to in Australia, is...
You've got mail.
Nice. Oh, fabulous. Pure icing sugar is just 100% granulated sugar that has been milled down or processed down to a powder, but sugar is hygroscopic, so it means that it absorbs the moisture from the air and it means it clumps. So that's really annoying if you don't have to blend it, the process to blend it back up to a powder. So what they do is they cut it with a small percentage of corn flour or cornstarch to keep it soft and absorb any of the moisture in the air. So that's why it's sometimes referred to as soft icing sugar compared to pure. I tried. Huh? I was in the middle of talking. Feel free to repost it. What happened? What did I miss? Let me just get the food. Mouse has some news. Go for it. Go for it. Post it again. Almond meal, you're going to need 170 grams of ground almonds. If you don't have ground almonds, like the flour. Hey, incredible, congratulations. Very fantastic news. Thank you for sharing. When are you due? I thought that was it, but I just wanted to get it confirmed. When you said you had some news, I was like, pretty sure it's that. Fabulous. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, if you can't find almond flour or almond meal, we're gonna ground some fresh almonds, some raw almonds. Easy peasy. July next year, so it's still, oh wow. Goodness, that's very early. So 12 weeks? Nice, very exciting. All right. Okay, so into here, we're gonna add our almonds. So all together. Bowl. Ooh, the Turkish bread's looking really good. I just realized my oven wasn't up high enough. Fix that. 7 weeks, wow. That's a big whiz. All right, when you say that, what does that mean, Dreamweb? Because I would interpret in I don't think it's my family, we call a whiz something different. Okay. The food processor, okay. So I thought, if you take a whiz, is a wee, right? But a whizzer or a big whiz is something that, yeah, it's a willy. I don't know, it's like the things that I say on stream, I get so nervous because I don't know if it's just my family or West Coast stuff, like we have different words that I say something and everyone's like, no, that doesn't mean that. What does that even mean? And so, yeah. Okay, I'm glad to know it's not just my family who refer to a whiz as that too. Yes, yes. Yeah, so like when you said big whiz or like a big whizzer, it means that you got a big willy. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Yeah, this is whiz. I'm glad. So okay, so Claws and Whiskers says I grew up calling it a whiz too. Yeah. Anyone West Coast? Has anyone ever heard of? Where are you? If you're saying yes, you've heard it called a whiz. Tell me where you are in Australia or what country. If you've never heard of it called that, tell me as well. It's hilarious. Next time Belgore's in the kitchen, we need him to use the whiz. Yeah. It must be a brand name or something. You give it a whiz, like I've heard that term of like you give it a whiz, you make it go round. But I've never I've never heard of a food process. Like you whiz it around, give it a whiz. I get that, but like when Jerome wrote big whiz, that's a big whiz. And then like that made me laugh. I'm East Coast Australia, but regional, so that might be it. Okay. Our Breville is called the kitchen whiz. Oh, okay. Okay. Is it W-H-I-Z? Okay. So we're looking for 170 grams. Do, 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 do. Like that. And then they're also going in here. No, it's spelled whiz. Okay. Then, yeah, this is a Kenwood Multi-Pro XL. I don't think they make it anymore, which makes me very sad. I love it, except it says it's dishwasher safe. However, after a while, the handle breaks off or it cracks. So this is my third, okay, I've had it for nearly 6 years. We've been streaming. I bought this when I was living in Melbourne. It's nearly 6 years old. I think I've gone through 4 of the bowls, and this is my second or third lid. They break. Is that loud? I'll turn over here. So we're just processing it to create that like smoother texture. Just nuts. We're gonna add egg, powdered sugar, vanilla. Super easy. So it's gluten-free, it crumbles in your mouth, it doesn't have any gluten, and you can control the sugar content, the sweetness, to your preference. So, oh my God, smells amazing. I've never put plastics in the dishwasher. I always thought they make them smell. I understand that. I hate dishwashing though. Hate dishwashing. And I always say to myself, I really should wash it by hand, but I just hate it so much. Remind me, this will go really well with, I don't need you to remind me, I'll tell you. I have custard base in the fridge. Yes, I put it in the fridge, not the freezer. We're gonna make some ice cream today as well, and that will go really well with these cookies. Vanilla ice cream. I went to make a ice cream base last night, and I have made, I think, the most versatile recipe for custard, eggnog, and ice cream. So it's like a nice custard that can be thin. You can add some corn flour to make it thicker, or you can thin it out and add alcohol and make it boozy to make eggnog, or you can put it in a ice cream maker and make ice cream. It is amazing. Even Exceed was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm very, very excited to show you. Okay, so that is our granules, everything, just kind of lifting up anything from the bottom, because the natural oils, they'll start to blend down. As it warms, that agitation will then create pistachio butter. So it'll be an almond and pistachio butter. You'll want that. Custard is $5.50 for a litre in the shops this year. Is that good or bad? I have never bought custard. Or not, that's not true. I've never bought custard other than for Exceed to have, and it's like two or three times in my life. What's a better ice cream maker to get, the KitchenAid ones or electric? Depends on your budget, because if you have the budget to buy a Cuisinart, I always, don't rail me, I don't know how to say the name. Cuisinart, whatever, that company. If you can get one with a refrigerating system in it, like self-cooling, you will make a lot more ice cream, and you don't need to think about putting something in the freezer to let it freeze, because that was like the bane of my existence. I hated that. And I had a Breville one, which was fantastic, but it had this drum that you had to take out and freeze for at least 24 hours. And I never remembered to do that. So I never made ice cream. Whereas the one I have now, I got gifted it from a community member who wanted to remain anonymous, and I have no idea who they are. It is larger, it is more expensive, but it is phenomenal. Because it means that I can make a base, or I can blend up some fruit, mix it with some egg whites, pop it in this machine, and it makes ice cream like that. Like 30 to 45 minutes, we've got ice cream. Banging. Really, really cool. So the KitchenAid ones are the same type of system. If that's in your budget, they do make good ice cream, but you can only make like one batch at a time, because you make the ice cream, then that drum needs to be washed out and then frozen again. Whereas my ice cream machine, I can make a batch of ice cream, clean it out, and then make another batch, because it freezes itself. My coffee machine is a grind and brew Cuisinart. Easy to clean, yeah. I'll show you it in 2 seconds. Oh my God, and cacao powder is expensive now. I think cacao's always been a bit more expensive. Cocoa powder is going up there too, yeah, with vanilla. Second most expensive spice, right? Behind saffron. Okay, into here we're adding, no! I was supposed to add more pistachios. Oh, I'm not going to. I'm gonna add, no. I'm gonna add one, okay, benefits of me keeping it gluten-free. Does anyone care if I added, like, would you rather the recipe be gluten-free? Or do you want me to add a tablespoon of plain flour? We'll keep it gluten-free. We need more gluten-free recipes on the website, don't we? Pile in the gluten, baby! There's way too many gluten recipes on our website, so we might as well give someone who's gluten-free some options, hey? Sorry, Dex. I did appreciate your involvement though. Last but not least, 170, let's go 160 powdered sugar. I'm gonna go 150 first, because I don't remember how much I made it last time, and I feel like it was too sweet. I'm not a really massive sweet, fan. Okay, it's 150. And then into this, we're gonna add 2 eggs. French bread's looking good. Don't apologize ever, Liz. Don't ever apologize for any questions. I love it. Please know how much I love questions. But Christmas baking, a thing in Australia like it is, well, I was saying this to Exceed. No, not from my understanding. Like the Christmas baking and Christmas cookie boxes and things like that, I've never really heard of it. Christmas baking, like making cookies for your family and like making it to take to school and things like that, but not to the level that I've seen Americans do it. No way. And I take now, because of the blog, the website, I'm taking notice of what other people are doing around the world. And I said to Exceed, I've got now a list like of things like trends and things, and cookies for Christmas is much more on my radar than it ever has been. Yeah. Okay, so to there, we just add 2 eggs. Yeah, very American thing. It's cool though. Now I've got a lot of pressure on myself I've got a year to make a lot more cookie recipes for you all. 1, 2, bang. Basically, you just process it. It all starts to come together as a dough. Yep, that's it. I forgot to add some salt. A little bit of salt. Det looks good, look me in. I do have the fireplace going, yeah. Which is definitely not a thing. Alrighty. So, take that out. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm just tasting it, see if it needs any more sugar. No, I think it's good. Okay. This is what it turns out like. It's like a paste. Like that. It tastes amazing. How you doing, Jim Maxwell? I've been thinking of you. Oh, okay. I love learning about how other areas, hold on, walked away as I was reading, celebrate holidays. I'm determined one day to get myself invited to a feast of 7 fishes. I know.
Badar cookies.
Thank you, Dex. Thank you very much. Dex wants me to make him some cookies and send them some cookies. So this weekend I am making a whole lot of cookies and not just sending them to Dex. If you guys don't know, if we posted it on Discord yesterday and in Twitter, we are actually doing a Destiny 2 stream with Mylan Games. So Mylan is coming into the street, into the kitchen. He knows our address. He's actually coming to the house and we're gonna be doing a stream on Tuesday. It's a cookie bonanza. Basically, we'll be cooking together and we're decorating some cookies. So I'm baking all weekend to make cookies for us to decorate because it's like a 2 to 3 hour stream. And so I'm making cookies for Dex and I'm cooking them for the stream. So if anyone else wants to get some cookies sent to them, you have to cover shipping and costs. So if you're in the US, you gotta do what Dex did, but the shipping is a lot cheaper in Australia. I wasn't advertising it, but yes, that's what I'll be doing if anyone wants cookies. They're just gonna be some nice sugar cookies. All right. Oh my God, we're doing cookie decorating in my workplace on Tuesday. Nice, fabulous. So be here or be square. We're streaming at 6 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time next Tuesday. There'll be no Wednesday stream because we're doing it on Tuesday. It is a huge deal. We're raising money for the Bungie Foundation for Game to Give. Give to Game? Game to Give. And it's gonna be a really fun stream. And there's gonna be a lot of shenanigans. It's gonna be a little less family friendly, a bit of fun. And Mylan's gonna be in the kitchen. There'll be different milestones. The top donator gets cookies sent to them. Oh, and a gift pack. We're also, Mylan is signing some of his books, which is Destiny 2 lore books, and they're gonna be shipped out to people who win them in the prize. It's gonna be heaps of stuff. So, is it after dark? It is after dark-ish. I think we'll still have the stream on because we're gonna have the green screen, we have the lights on. But yeah, next week, next Tuesday. So if you're in Australia, it's 6 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it's gonna be 7 p.m. What is the time for you now, Cad? Tuesday, not Wednesday, Tuesday. You're not ahead of us, Roselli. 6 p.m. Tuesday for us, 6 a.m. or 5, sorry, yeah. Tuesday morning if you're in North America. I'll set a reminder. So 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. Tuesday. Thought I heard. No, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you for translating the time for everyone. 7 a.m. Tuesday. Be there. Wait, what? Is it 5? I'm ahead here. Okay. It's 7 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time. Okay, 5 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Everyone just work out the time for you. It's 6 p.m. here. Stupid daylight savings. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, I'm so confused. 6 p.m. on your Tuesday is out. No, is your Tuesday morning. Your Tuesday morning. Yeah. I know time zones suck. Everyone should just live over here. So we can feed you Turkish bread. Look at that. You could bake it longer, but I'm hungry. Look at that Turkish bread. Amazing. Doesn't it look phenomenal? So, the full recipe, the recipe that I'll release to you, makes 2 of these. Two. So this can be eaten on its own. It's delicious. It can be dipped in like dukkha, infused oils, dips, whatever. It's so good. Yeah. So it was Beware My Brain, redeemed it. So while that cools, I'm going to teach you about the cookies. So the cookies, you all have, Everyone's on Tuesday. It's when we stream at nighttime, everyone's in Tuesday usually. It's like lunchtime for you, Jency, in Sweden, and the US, everyone's in Tuesday. Okay. We're gonna need a scooper. Scooper. This guy. Okay. No. It wouldn't be 2:56 Wednesday. You aren't ahead of us. What's the time for you right now, Jency? Another nail fell off. I'm not very good at this nail thing, guys. I either really suck at nail polish, like painting my nails, or they all come off. All right, so the stream is in 8 hours from now. So 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11. It will be 11 a.m. for you, Jency. 11 a.m. Okay. We're gonna need more powdered sugar. Cad! No! Max Kemp, what do you want? Cad's just being too kind. Okay. It's 1:57 a.m. here, so when Molly streams at 6 p.m, it's usually around 10 a.m. Yeah, there you go. Count backwards. So I'm +8, so you're 7 hours behind me. So just take that time from 6 and you'll be there. Okay, now what we're gonna do is grab this. Let's go here. We'll eventually use that, but here. It's, Jency, I'm trying to tell you, it's not the middle of the night, it's 11 a.m. because you are behind me.
Delicious.
I'm streaming at 6 p.m. You are behind, so it's your middle of your day. No, it is 11 a.m. for you. Liz, thank you for gifting tonight's cam and Dex. You guys get a bauble on a tree. On a little tree. And you're helping towards our goal. I'm talking really high. Okay. So we're streaming at 6 p.m. in the afternoon. And that means we're like, the sun is going down. So there's heaps of hours. Okay, no, we're talking about the stream. We're talking about the stream on Tuesday. I think that's where the confusion comes from. We're talking about the stream that we will be doing next week. Sorry, I know now I see where we're confused. All right. This is a cookie scoop. I'm gonna pop that aside because we've got people to celebrate. Excuse me. Yeah, we will be streaming at our nighttime because at the moment it's 10 a.m. But we'll be streaming in 8 hours time. Yeah, everyone was like, what the? I know it's confusing. Yeah. Liz, thank you for gifting to the wonderful Dex and Nights Camp. So, Nights Camp. That work? Liz to Nights Camp. Guys, I'm a good cook. I'm not a neat handwriter, okay? Gingerbread men. Unless you can't do them, then I have backup. What about a ginger child? If you really want gingerbread men, I can make them. See you, Mouse. Thanks for being here. Congratulations again. All right, so this is a dull grey bauble for the dull grey lover in chat, which is Dexopolis. What about gingerbread women? Maybe. All right, Liz, thank you for gifting to Dex. And Dex, you also get a bauble, I suppose, for the donation. For your bauble. You also get cookies, but Liz, thank you for gifting to Dex. Dull grey, best grey. All right, and then, what does that say? Butter. That's from last year. Butter. Mo butter, mo better. Oh my God, there we go. Thanks, Dex. Thanks, Liz, for gifting to the community. You're amazing. Look at our little tree. All the gingerbreads in just depends if you have the cookie cutter shapes for them. If not, I can change it. I have gingerbread women. I have gingerbread men. 2 gingerbread men. Yeah, I have cookie cutters. I do. Sorted. Okay, next, what we're doing is these. Let it cook because then nothing will get done. I need to stop you guys distracting me. So basically I'm using this cookie cutter like this, a cookie scoop, and you want to kind of get it like that, roll it around if you want, but then you want to pop it into the powdered sugar. Oh, no way. I could never hand cut. Have you seen my handwriting? Dude, you don't want that. Okay. That is gonna be your cookie. I probably should put these on the tray. Let's go like that. Has anyone had any cookies like these before? You can flatten them if you want to. Scoop, pop them directly in there if you want. Never had pistachios either. They are so good. But I get that sometimes pistachios don't have a lot of lovers. It's quite an intense flavor. So you want to make sure that there's quite a bit of powdered sugar. Ooh, roast pork, nice. That. Depending on what size you want to go for is going to affect your yield. Making me hungry for homemade peanut butter cookies. You could do a very similar thing instead of pistachios with peanuts if you wanted. I suppose I could try. I think that'd be the same. Shall we try that recipe one day? Make this with peanuts. Walnuts, yeah, walnuts would be good too. I've never tested it, but I assume it'd be pretty similar. Pecans. And they don't really spread very much. They do not puff. There's no puffing element in them. Oh, that goes in there. Okay, the food by 9 is ready for you, Exceed. Guys, we're gonna feed Exceed, and that is your cookies. You can definitely eat them raw if you wanted to. They've got egg in them, but you can eat them raw if the eggs are fresh, but they're better baked. I'm gonna do the rest of these later, because let's get down to business. What do you think of my Turkish bread, Exceed? Looks great. Squish it with the bottom of the drink. Oh! Beware, are you happy with the Turkish bread? So you can proof this for longer. We didn't, because remember we were a bit on a time crunch. But I would usually let this sit and proof for a bit longer so you get larger air bubbles. But then you get like the focaccia that has nice big air bubbles. Looks pretty good. Oh. Air bubbles. Soft. Mmm. Mmm. And then, what you do, really quick, I thought I had dukkha here. I thought I'd made a dukkha. 1 minute. doesn't matter. We'll make a dukkha one other day. But what you can do is just get some of this infused oil from the garlic that we made the other day and dip that in there, or even some balsamic vinegar. Delicious. Let me add this.
You've got mail.
That. Yeah, I lost 2. I'm going to tell you, I'm not very good at this girly thing. Might actually make it more hydration. I think I might add a little bit more water to the recipe. Pinch and zoom fingers. So good. Ready for exceed. So good. So the other thing I wanted to show you. So remember, confit garlic that we made the other day. Do you guys remember this? We only did it 2 days ago. This is confit garlic. So what you want to do is get a little clove like this. Kind of take off all of the oil. Grab your bread. Push that out of the way. Look at that. Confit. C-O-N-F-I-T. Confit. Slow cooked garlic in olive oil. We did the infused oils on the last stream as well. So that is delicious. But then you can take it up another level. But like, Molly, I didn't know how that was that many levels. And I said, yes, there's heaps of levels. All right. And then I like up level. It's becoming a thing, it's catching on. Okay, everyone used to laugh at me and say, Molly, up level is not a word. And I'm like, yep, it's gonna become a thing. And it is. This is goat's cheese, goat's feta. Look at that. What do you think? Molly's the influencer. Yes. Oh my God, it's so good. The chewy seeds, the crunchy seeds, chewy bread. Guys, it's amazing. Yum. All right. I'll take these little bits. Next Sid can have the rest. How easy is it though? This is our dough from before. Just pick this up, mix it. Make sure there's no dry bits, and then pop it in the fridge for like 24 hours. Cover it, fridge. That's right. Do you like it, Dixie? It's good, who says? Delicious. There's Nigella seeds in my powdered sugar. All right, my last little bit. So the recipe for this will be up. I need to take photos, but hopefully on the weekend. I gotta see with my upload schedule. Because I've got a recipe coming out tomorrow. Hoping I can get it out on the weekend. Nigella seeds are little black seeds. So Google could tell me. They taste like cumin. Hey Google, tell me about Nigella seeds.
According to Wikipedia, jealousy generally refers to the thoughts or feelings of insecurity, fear, and concern over a relative lack of possessions or safety.
Hey Google,
Jealousy can consist of one or more.
are Nigella seeds?
Sure, according to Wikipedia, jealousy generally refers to the thoughts or feelings of
Hey
insecurity,
Google.
fear, and
What are Nigella seeds?
According to Wikipedia, Nigella sativa is an annual flowering plant in the family Ranunculaceae, native to Eastern Europe and Western Asia, but naturalized over a much wider area, including parts of Europe, Northern Africa, and east to Myanmar.
Forget about it. Does anyone know how long we put these in for? He's crazy, isn't he? What is jealousy and see? Hey Google, what is jealousy?
According to Wikipedia, jealousy generally refers to the thoughts or
Hey,
feelings
Google,
of
stop.
insecurity, fear.
Okay, we're gonna do what Dex suggested. We're gonna squish these. Or maybe even do thump them. I don't know. We're about 17. Cool. Means they're ready to come out. So the longer you bake them, the crunchier and crumblier they'll be. Like that, so let them cool. Yes, that looks so good. We'll put a timer on for the next one. Okay, so we go here. We get our scoop. God damn. They might be a bit big. You can make small ones. Like that. What is the time limit for them? Well, anywhere between 15 if you want a soft cookie, or 16 minutes to like 24 minutes. Okay. So, popping them in there, and then after they've been drenched in powdered sugar, we want to take them out. We want to push them down with the fork. With the power of the fork. So the reason I said I don't really like them too sweet is because they're covered in sugar. You want some balance there, people. They're nutty. Pistachios have this like nice floral flavor. So they're really spectacular, but I don't like them being oversweet. Unrelated question, recommended way to refrigerate leftover fried chicken for the next day. Airtight container or wrap it in cling wrap. Yeah. Airtight container, depending how big it is or how big your container is, you can wrap it tightly. Can you coat the cookies in anything? I don't know exactly what you mean. Other than the powdered sugar? Is that... you could do chopped nuts, like chopped pistachios if you wanted to. I can show you what they'll look like if you did nothing. You can do some one covered in nothing. You could do sprinkles. You could do granulated sugar. So they were like a thicker sugar, of like a, what's the word? Like a more coarse sugar. And Potsla, welcome in. All right, we have been streaming for 2 hours and 21 minutes. We have already made and baked Turkish bread. We've made pistachio cookies. We've done last time on all things food. We've had some amazing raids. We've had some subs, gifted subs. We had a tip from Dex. And that's your 30-second recap. Now you're here. We're making pistachio cookies. Busy, busy, busy. You wouldn't really do cocoa powder because unless you like the flavor of cocoa powder with pistachio. I think that the flavor isn't necessary. I would go with powdered sugar or sprinkles or granulated sugar. All plain. Maybe there's something you could drizzle on top. Yeah, you could do a glaze, like dip them in some glaze. You're making me curious now, so I'm going to make some plain ones and see what they come out like. The dough is really sticky, so you kind of want to handle it as minimal as possible. Like I scrape it out. I touch it with like my hand like that, and then I roll it as quick as possible into there. Like you don't want to be handling it like that very much, because it's sticky. One more. And then get the fork, the tins of the fork, called, and just push down like that. I was gonna do a thumbprint one, wasn't I? Too bad. This one can be a thumbprint. Oh God, my thumb is stuck. Oh God. Right. Maybe not the best for thumbprints. Unless they're coated. Okay. Put that aside. Wash the glue off your hands. Have you guys had any like Christmas parties? Anyone gone to like work Christmas party or street party? Okay. So, next thing we're gonna try is sugar. So this is a baker's sugar. I'm just gonna pick it up here. So this is, it's finer than granulated sugar, but it's more coarse than powdered sugar. Okay. That. Work party last week, had a potluck style thing at a picnic. Boss gives everyone bags of candy. What type of candy? The only pistachio thing I've ever had is pistachio ice cream a few years ago and loved it. I need to eat more pistachio things. The nuts themselves seem a little weird to eat though. Yeah, they are nice, but these are a great recipe I think you'll like. Right, let's get sprinkles. I don't have a lot of experience with baking sprinkles. I always put sprinkles on after the recipe is like done. Does that make sense? So I don't know what's gonna work and not work here with sprinkles. What sprinkles can you bake? What can't you bake with? That's my sprinkle container. Okay. I'm gonna grab this one. Just gonna go in there. All right. So the difference. Granulated sugar, baker's or caster's sugar, and that one there is powdered sugar. So see, the finer the grain, the more that they are coated. Cool. Not a sprinkle baking person. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I have any green sprinkle. Oh, here. This is sugar. Maybe we'll try. Oh, that's cool. This would be cool. There we go. Just trying to catch any parts where there's holes. It's a bit more work. Yeah, it's pretty cute. Right, put that there. Be a bit of fun. That's out of focus. All right, they're gonna go. Hey Google, set timer for 18 minutes. Okay. And these are, hey Google, set timer for 18 minutes.
18 minutes, starting now.
All right, so we're gonna have a look at these guys. See if we need to bake them for longer. Probably need a little bit longer. Yeah, need a little bit longer. You can keep, like, they're perfectly fine to eat like this, but I like them a little bit crunchier. They're slightly chewy. It's so good. I'll just, don't inhale the sugar. Oh my God, my lungs. They're so good. They're nutty. They're like crunchy on the outside, a bit chewy. Good that. Okay. Oh my God, I love them. I haven't made them in so long. Okay. Clean. I love that, because we've been streaming for 5.5 years. I've got this Google Drive full of recipes that I've made like 2 or 3 times since then. And then like I just go scroll through, I'm like, I haven't made that in a long time. Oh, that's a different cookie. And some of them are recipes that a lot of them have started out of someone's recipe that I've kind of looked at, followed, and then recreated them. And so it's really cool to adapt them as well to grams and like the metric system. So good. Do you think that, how many cookies do you want to make? Because like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 to 24 like cookies. Is that like too many? It's an easy recipe you can halve too. Okay. Ice cream machine. All right, so I've got to figure out this is ice cream versus gelato. Are you interested in how people adapt your recipes to their needs too? Yeah. Because it gives me an opportunity. If people are halving my recipes, then I'll create specific small batch recipes. Or if people want more gluten-free recipes or, you know, want something from them, then I can help create that. Because like if people are adding, like removing sugar, or my sugar, like my recipes I think are not very sweet. Some like compared to other people's. And so that's to my preference, where if people are making them sweeter or they're making them less sweet or they're changing them, making them less spicy, then I want to know. Now you scream, machine! Machine! Now I scream, machine! This is no whiz, okay? This one doesn't have a name yet. Oh! It's always the way it goes. All right, so yesterday, to make this, I have a big thing of egg whites on the bench, because with the custard, I needed egg yolks. And so as I threw this, you know where your focus goes, energy flows? So like, it's like when you're driving a car and you like, don't hit this, and that's what you hit because you focused on it. I threw this, and as I did, I looked at this bowl and I thought, don't go in there, and it went straight in there. At least it didn't land in the void, that's it. Florence and the machine. Okay. So this here, I'm pretty proud of this. This is a custard that I've created last night. It's a custard recipe that is delicious on its own. It's thickened with egg yolks, and so it's delicious on its own, but we're gonna put it in an ice cream machine to make ice cream. I was worried that I might need to add more, like to write in there to add cornstarch, corn flour, to see if to thicken it. But I think it's pretty good. So perfect to go over top of your, look at that. Oh my goodness. It worked out really nicely. It's perfect, you can add some brandy to go over your fruitcake, or you can add alcohol and thin it out to make eggnog. So custard, ice cream, good quality ice cream, the base of it is actually custard. Frozen custard is better quality. And can you see all the vanilla bean seeds in there? And so you can, if you want it thicker than that, you can definitely add some corn flour, cornstarch. All the bougie paste, yes. But it is sensational. It is so good. And because in here you have cream, 600 mils of cream, let me remember, 600 mils of cream, 100 grams of sugar, 7 egg yolks, 230 mils of milk, and vanilla bean paste. It's super easy. And if you don't have a ice cream maker, you can literally freeze this in a small container and then blend it, or like freeze it and it will still be pretty okay. So fucking good. We used to have frozen custard stand here when I was a kid, Sally. It's now a car wash. But like, this was made by accident because I was just like trying to make up a recipe for the ice cream machine, and I didn't realize how good this would be for custard and also eggnog. Do you serve eggnog warm or cold? I can't stop reading it now. Because of the fat content in there from the yolks, from the cream, the full cream milk, there's less opportunity to make ice crystals. So it'll give you a creamier consistency. And I'm gonna see if you can, I'll probably do another test in a few weeks or so. If you can make ice cream without an ice cream machine. If you've got like a food processor or a blender. Hey Google, how long on my timer?
9 minutes and 33 seconds remaining.
Fabulous. Okay, so this machine has a refrigeration system in it that it self-cools. So it means I can make a batch of ice cream and then remove the pail. I'd love to be able to get another pail. I don't know if they sell them, because then I could like quickly make the ice cream without having to, sorry, now I have hiccups, wash it out, and it just takes a lot of time. So yeah, basically you put it in here, it churns itself, it's got a timer. So usually it takes about, when the mixture is cold, like this, it comes straight out of the fridge, it'll start to set in like 30 to 45 minutes, it'll be ready. If your mixture is warm, then it takes about an hour and a half. Having one of these machines must be dangerous. How come? I don't think, not at all. Oh, endless ice cream. No. Yeah. All the ice cream you could ever need. It does take half an hour though. So just pour it in there. Not a very good streamer, am I? Not showing you this pouring process. Can't come any, oh you can. Eggnog ice cream. Yeah, I haven't, like this, so I created this recipe last night and I I have never, to be honest, I've never made an ice cream with alcohol before, so I don't know how it affects the freezing. Hey DJ Tim Tam, welcome back. All right, she's not a poor streamer. It does look like condensed milk, doesn't it? Okay, I just want to wipe that off. This goes like this. Hold on, I will do this one. There we go. Like that, and then we go turn it on, power. Then we go timer for 60 minutes, start. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we make ice cream. I could just set and forget the stream and you guys could just watch that. No. Focus. In before more Miss Molly's stream of this, yeah. You can definitely do a no churn version. It's quite luxurious and rich, but in our cookbook, First Things First has a no churn ice cream. That is delicious. I think that if you can get alcohol to bind to something so it won't interfere with the freezing, it could work. If you want the actual alcohol, I mean, not just the taste. Yeah, I can understand that. I have to do some research and some playing around. Oh my God, the cookies look so good. Take out the top ones because they've already baked. They're long enough, I think. Look at them. I wouldn't class these as crinkle cookies because they're not really crinkly like you would. And they've got no plain, well, you could call them gluten-free crinkle cookies. But these are, if you're just joining us, these are pistachio cookies. You had 5 minutes left. The other ones, these are already baked. The other ones in the oven have longer to go. They're looking pretty good. The ones without frosting or like sugar look a bit boring. I would say that. Okay, so today's menu we had, bulgogi beef. So we've done pistachio ice cream. Sorry, we've done ice cream, pistachio cookies, and Turkish bread. All we got left to do is bulgogi beef balls. Cool. So, how many of you guys like Korean food? How many of you never had Korean food? Love it? I don't think I have. I love a KBBQ. Yes. All right. Just checking. Pop this here. So if you guys want a bauble for every sub, free sub, gifted sub, tip and cheer in here. Tip and cheer over the equivalent of $5 of the same sub. So this will need to be unplugged and put over there. Okay, it's okay. How do I close it? I'm sure I've had like all you can eat sushi Korean. Ooh, that sounds good. Love birds, welcome in. Okay. I just want to put this out of the way. I have to turn it on again. No problem. Just so that you guys can watch it and we can cook over here. So these are the cookies. And we'll let them cool, but they should be firmer inside. Like that. Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. I definitely think like a 20-minute cooking time's better. They look great. So the things you'll need are rice. So we're gonna go into the back and I'm gonna make some rice in the pressure cooker. All you'll need is to take some chicken stock with you, with us, and some type of vessel, okay? You'll understand when I get there. Country. Okay. So here I have my pressure cooker and I'm gonna teach you how to make rice baby. It is the simplest, most used recipe in my house, but it's so simple you don't really need a recipe. You just need a pressure cooker or a slow cooker, but the pressure cooker obviously is faster. Okay, so you'll need to grab some, you'll need some rice, if you can find it. No one tell me I need more drawers or cupboards. Okay, I don't have any chat here, I just realized. No one talk to me. So, the easiest thing is, what you wanna do is you wanna measure out one part rice to 1.5 parts water, okay? So in this, I'm gonna use one of these. 1 bowl of rice. I use basmati rice, so I don't really wash it. I like it to be a little bit stickier, especially for a Korean rice dish like this. So I don't wash it. And then I add 1.5 bowls full of water, okay? I give it just a mix around. Hey Google, stop. And then I add a teaspoon and a half of chicken stock powder into there. You could use beef because we're cooking bulgogi beef or whatever you want to use. Just habit, I always use chicken, but I should have done beef. Put the lid on like that. Make sure your gasket is in there nice and snug in the right place. Lock it. Make sure it's your vent is closed, it's on high. And then we're just gonna 4 minutes on the pressure timer. So it'll come up to pressure, and then when it's pressurized and it's locked, then it will start to count down and cook for 4 minutes. It's easy. Super easy stuff. Molly, how are you? Bakery, welcome in. I don't know why I'm so scared to have one of those cookers. I was really nervous as well about a pressure cooker, but I found the newer multi-cooker that you plug into the power is a lot safer than the ones on the stove. They're also, if you read my cookbook, it'll tell you how to get the most out of it, and the difference between the one on the stove, it's less consistent. You need to know how to use it before you use my cookbook. Whereas the multi-cooker, you plug, you set it, it's a lot safer. The mechanisms are a lot safer in my opinion, and it has an automatic shut off. You can set it, I can walk around, go outside, leave the house, if I wouldn't really leave the house, but you can trust that it will switch itself off. Whereas the stove one, you kind of need to be hovering around, and I'm just less inclined to use it. However, we've got community members that love them. Claws and Whiskers has a stovetop one, quite a few members do. And if you know how to use it, it's fantastic. But if you are nervous like I was, grab yourself like a Instapot or a Breville fast slow cooker, and they are fantastic. Okay. Basmati rice has more flavor. It has a different flavor. Jasmine rice is a bit more floral. Some people like jasmine. I prefer basmati. From my understanding, it's lower GI, so the energy is released slower over a period of time. So it's kind of like I wouldn't say like a healthier, you know. It creates less peaks and spikes in your blood sugar. Cookie? Yeah, I'm just watching them. I'm giving them one more minute. I love my pressure cooker after doing MTK and using. Me too. So we were tasked with making a slow cooker pressure cooker cookbook, and at the start I was very nervous because the community had voted for it. I didn't have a lot of expertise other than making stews with the pressure cooker or the slow cooker, and so when we did it and I started creating the recipes, I realized, whoa, there's so many things that you can make in a slow cooker and a pressure cooker. You can make cake, you can make bread, you can do mulled wine, you could do sticky rice pudding, sticky date pudding, slow cooked or pressure cooked buffalo chicken, and then use that in a different recipe. There's so many different recipes what I put in the cookbook that I never would have made if I didn't do the cookbook. Like if I wasn't challenged with that theme, I mean. What kind of ice cream? Just vanilla. Vanilla bean. Not just vanilla. Vanilla is not boring. Vanilla is amazing. It's funny how when people think of the flavor vanilla, they think of like not good. But it's so good. It's the best. All right. This is the difference. Slight more brown. So yeah, they look still pretty cool. I'll give you a close-up. This camera's not the best. It doesn't really have a great close-up. But that is plain. That's the plain pistachio cookie with no topping. This one here is with baker's sugar. And that's with granulated sugar. I still think they look really great. So you can do whatever you like, or sprinkles. Is that? That's sprinkles. What do you think? Pretty good. I like this effect rather than the round ones, I think, Dex. That was a good suggestion. So these are the ones I usually make, just balls. And these are the ones that we had the idea to make with pressing a fork into them. I made the Mexican wedding cookies on Saturday, similar look, nice. So these are gluten-free, dairy-free, but full of flavor. Yeah. They're gonna be good. They are looking pretty fucking good. Yes. And you know what they go well with? Milk. We'll grab some, when they cool down, we'll get some milk. You wait. Or dip them in some ice cream. Ice cream. Rice is cooking, so we're gonna do the bulgogi beef. You guys get a wonderful close-up of my fingers. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever does nails, has painted their nails before, what is the best way for me to, one, keep, these are stick-on nails that are stuck on with glue. Because I think they're pretty cool. I shaped them and did them myself. But how do you make nail polish dry without like scuffing it up? I don't know what I'm doing wrong if I just do a coat and let them sit there and dry, or I'm impatient, but I don't know how you do it. I want to be better. I need to be better. Or UV dryer or a hair dryer. That's a pretty good idea. I did try, there was someone, I Googled and they said to put it in cold iced water. Didn't really work. Use a quick dry top coat like sashvite. Okay. There's like a protective thing that you can put on top of the coat, I think. Okay, but then I said to Exceed, maybe I was doing it wrong where you have to let each layer dry. Maybe I was putting on the layers too thick and then they weren't drying. In my vast experience, use multiple thinner coats. Okay. Do you need sunscreen on the nails? Yeah, that's what I was always worried about, like my fingers getting sunburnt or getting like skin cancers on my fingers by putting them in the UV things. It works on walls. Okay, Linus. Okay. All right, okay. Just moving stuff away. So good. Moving that out of the way. We're getting busy. Now, only look at this finger, this hand. I take my wedding ring off because I left my hands wet and it, whatever. Anyway, I like the idea of wearing nail polish, but in reality, I don't think I'll be that person. The accent nails, yeah. I can't do anything. There we go. So, beef. Can you chuck this in the freezer or fridge? Also, do you want one of these cookies? Things Exceed. Okay, so like that. These are rump medallions, okay? So what we're gonna do is I have a bowl here. We're gonna pop them in there. But the plan is you wanna cut them really thin, okay? So what you wanna do is you wanna put your knife basically like that on the side, and you wanna slice really fine as you can on the angle, like that. Cool? So ideally you wanna have like a nice sharp knife and slice downwards. I always do this, but I am right hand, so I always should slice like this. So you're holding onto it and a thin slice like that. Okay, really nice and thin. Have you tried preparing your nails with fine grained sandpaper and a coat of latex-based primer? No, I haven't. Latex-based primer. Is that to help it stick? Give it something to grab onto? Probably, that's a good idea.
Delicious.
Roscoe! Welcome in, guys. How you doing? We are making some bulgogi beef to then do some bibimbap. We've done some pistachio cookies. We've got ice cream going. How's your stream? Welcome in. My name is Molly. Welcome to the Molly Kitchen. We are a cooking stream. All we do here is everything food related. And thought we'd welcome you in. My voice went really high, I don't know why. A little bit about us, who we are and what we do is this trailer. So I'll play it for you and I'll talk to you soon. Welcome in. Welcome in everyone from Roscoe's stream. All right, so just gonna, I didn't get my other pedal out, so I can't, damn it. There. You got to be able to remove them. They'll remove when they want. They just fall off after a while. All right, we're talking about nails. Stick-on nails. Yeah, increase the surface area of the glue. I agree. And give it something to hold on to. Okay, so this is our beef, and basically you are just cutting it on diagonal, or just cutting it as fine as you can. In the marinade, we're gonna have garlic, heaps of garlic, ginger. We also want some soy sauce. So we talked about this on Monday, today's Wednesday, about soy sauce, and I'm gonna test you, because I'm gonna be that teacher that everyone hates. But I'm just curious to see if everyone remembers. If I am wanting to add soy sauce, I want a dark color, but less saltiness. What type of soy sauce am I going to use? So we learnt about the two main varieties of soy sauce is dark and light. If I want to add a dark color, richer mahogany color, but less saltiness, yes, Katie. Kate. We're gonna use dark soy, yes, because it's thicker, richer, gives more of a caramelized flavor, but it's not very salty. And then, it's a trick question because I'm actually gonna use both. We're gonna use dark and light soy today. And sesame oil, it's super easy. We're gonna serve that on rice with some kimchi and some carrot. What else goes on a bibimbap? What else do you want to add? Egg? Paint the nails before you stick them on. Oh, but then that's really fiddly. I wouldn't be able to, I can barely hold them to pick them up to put them on my fingers, let alone to pick them up to paint them. I have a white dog sitting at my feet. If at any time you want to put some hype in the chat or get excited, or we can feed Chester. We have a wild animal that sleeps under the kitchen bench. We do alligator shows like Steve Irwin. No stingray shows though. All right. A trick that I've learned recently is to add baking soda, just a pinch of baking soda. It's very common in Chinese restaurants. They add baking soda into the marinades to help keep the meat, keep it more moist and tender. You could use this same recipe, but use ground beef if you want. We do that quite often in this house because I'm more likely to have ground beef than I am to have steak.